And welcome to the Hall Priest universe. I'm King HP, also known as Father, also known as Mr. Sippable, and today we have some very, very special guests in the building. We have returning back to the Hall Priest universe, Emily. Awesome to have you back. And for the first time ever, we have Doc Kaiju in the building. Very awesome. Floor is yours for you all to speak. Awesome. Have at it.
I'm just
Greetings, dear
excited
denizens
to
of
be
planet
here
Dirt. It is
again.
your future alien overlord, Doc Kaiju.
I love that.
Awesome. Awesome. I didn't know he had like
An
like a
intro,
thing.
an
Yeah,
official
yeah.
intro.
That is awesome. Awesome. Well, we're here for From season 3, episode 4. The episode's titled There and Back Again. Very interesting. Last week we ended up seeing Tabitha headed back, essentially, right, to Fromville, in an ambulance with some friends of hers that she has now found, uh, via car accident with Victor. Not Victor, Henry, Victor's dad. And how did you guys feel about last week's episode and up to this point in the season? What are your thoughts? I'll just leave it there. Start with Doc
Last
Kaiju.
week's last week's episode ended really well. I felt like uh, Henry's monologue there. It was a little bit too much exposition all at once, and I felt like it was a little bit of a flip from how he was behaving earlier when Tabitha was basically already telling him the stuff that he told her afterwards about Frumville. So that was a little
Mm,
interesting. But yeah, but it ended well. That episode ended well. And then this episode is a really fun episode. Episode 4.
yes, yes. Emily, how about you?
I am just, I'm really
I
having
can't hear
trouble
Emily.
remembering. You can't hear me? Is it because of the dog?
No, I hear you now. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah,
Doc,
no,
you hear her?
I just
No.
can't remember what happened last week. I know what's happened up until this point, but I don't remember what happened last week specifically. I just know I'm really anxious to see where Victor's father falls into it all.
Oh, awesome. I'm trying to watch the show to see if I can hear you on like audio. So
Can
very
everybody else
interesting.
hear me?
We're about to find out. I'm about to
So
turn this
I think
volume.
it seems to be muting her whenever I unmute.
Oh, show to see. Oh no, I hear her. I hear both. So it's very interesting how we have the so in the real world they hear everybody, but on here it may be a little interesting. So let's just see how the episode goes. Uh, but yeah, Henry is about to be in a world of, right now he's in the ambulance. I think he's unconscious. Do you guys remember if he was unconscious or not?
I don't remember.
Okay, because if he
I
is,
think he
he's
was.
gonna wake up. You think he was? Okay. Um, we're going to find out here in a minute. But they came down to the tree that was in the middle of the road. Tabitha was trying to get answers. If you don't remember, Tabitha was going to the bottle tree. But then she freaked out. She was in the car with Henry. She just, I can't do this. This is a lot. Henry was like, "No, we're gonna go." You, he like closed her door as she tried to get out and step on the gas, resulting in an accident. And when they came to, they were in the back of an ambulance. Or when she came to, I think you're right. I think Henry was still unconscious. Uh, and that brings us to where we're at right now. Trees in the road. We're at the 1 minute 49:50 mark. So season 3, episode 4. So please set your shows to right there. And we're getting ready to tap in. Are you all ready? I'm ready when y'all are ready.
I'm ready.
Awesome. Oh wait, I didn't hear you. Oh, you're on mute. You're yeah. So you
You're muted. Oh, now I can't hear him.
That you can't hear him? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I could hear him before.
Awesome. Hear you. Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to see if Doc say something again. That you can't. I don't hear Doc. We lost Doc. Um, okay. He's gonna tap out and then tap back in. I think that's what that meant. I'm good with sign language. I'm gonna that's not sign language. People don't quote me on that. I'm going to resend him a link though.
Can you hear the dogs in the background? They're playing together nicely for the first time
I
since
heard
the
them
other one
earlier
moved
on the
in.
stream. I heard them earlier, yes, but I didn't hear them in real life here, but I heard them on the stream. All right, let's see if Doc's got volume.
Can you hear me?
I did hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. And I can hear you.
Yay.
Yeah. I love your
We're
background, by the
winning.
way, Emily.
Thank you. I
We are
got
winning,
kicked off
ladies
my
and gentlemen.
bed to move over here.
All right, so we're at the 1 minute 49 second mark. Season 3, episode 4. We're gonna go ahead and press play. Are you all ready? I think you guys said you are. On a count of 3, we're gonna press it. 1, 2, 3, press. So you should be
Are we
seeing
looking at the ambulance?
yes,
Yep.
yes, and
And the
it's
tree in the road.
daytime. Uh-oh. So interesting. They're not getting any radio frequencies. So when you see the tree, you're definitely done. Oh my God. Oh my God. Question for you all. Would you try to cut through the
Mhm.
forest if you're Tabitha?
With her family there, no. But if
Okay,
I
fair.
didn't have my family there, oh yeah, I'd just be trying to climb over that tree and keep going. See if
Yeah.
that does anything.
I want to see
Yeah,
somebody try and climb over the tree and just walk.
I'm surprised no one's ever tried to walk back to the tree. I
I
don't
think
know
You
if they
mean from the
can.
it
town?
I think I think it disappears and becomes the loop.
You're right, because the Matthews never saw the tree after they turned around to go back. It's like you're stuck.
Yeah, no one ever finds the tree again after. Once they see
No
it
one ever
and they
finds it.
leave that area, it's gone.
That's interesting. Man, you can't stop that phone from ringing. It doesn't take electricity.
So it already knows that she's there.
This is interesting. So, I guess Fromville can see when you're in the town. I guess, right? Like once you become a part of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know that they can see it, but it's like they know the essence of what's going on. I don't think anybody is like watching them like creepily.
volume on my device
Hmm.
is being weird.
They're not your children anymore is crazy. I think I would be freaked out, and I don't.
I mean, do the phones really do you actually know the phone numbers of anyone else that lives in Fromville when you live in Fromville? So the phones seem kind of pointless anyway. You're gonna be calling
Thank God
911 from
for
that
Ethan.
phone?
Ethan sent mom's on the ambulance. He repeated very often. People in Frontville do not tell you what they just heard or what they saw or whatever. And Ethan
Right?
shared his. Oh, are we skipping intro?
Yes.
Okay, let's skip it. On the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Press. Bam. I feel like I have the best countdown in the business.
I didn't have a
Okay.
skip intro option. I just had to fast
Oh
forward.
no.
Kaiju, what do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I'm I think Doctor underscore Kaiju on there.
Doctor spelled like normal.
Yeah, I couldn't get a Doc Kaiju on that one. I should probably make a what do you call it, a blue sky or whatever under Doc Kaiju.
Oh, I see you. Yep. Oh my goodness. And here's real cinema therapy. Salute to you, good brother. Oh, that's
Yeah,
Doc. He knows you.
yeah, that's my friend Lori.
Awesome, awesome.
What time are you at?
8:14.
8:28. I'm gonna pause it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pressing play. Doc, what time are you at?
8:20, 8:30.
8:30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time.
I'm at 8:28.
8:42, so I'll pause too.
I gotta go back 10 seconds. So I'm at 8:42 now.
I'm at 8:41. I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all within because I was way too far ahead. Yeah.
So
So we got
she's
Chrissy
looking
and
better after eating all that
that's
rotten
good news.
vegetables.
Man, my question is this, and I observed this last week. We talked about it a little bit. She couldn't see,
Mhm.
seemingly, she couldn't get into the house. Right? She jiggled the handle. You could actually hear it. Um, and then it sucks because now she's in the house, which means someone must have let her in. But they don't pay attention to the signs.
Well, one of I don't remember if it was her. I think it was one of the creators said that she could get into the house, and there was actually a scene that they had filmed of her going into the house, but they ended up cutting it, and it was a separate scene, but it was during the whole pregnancy thing.
Well, they messed that up because they clearly show she jiggles the handle. Why would you just jiggle the handle, right? You would try to open it.
Well, they probably wanted to get a lot of theories going and get people talking.
Oh, they did it. They
Don't
succeeded
you
They
think
they,
it's
exactly.
they
kind of weird it was Fatima that got pregnant instead of Sarah, though? I always
well,
thought it would
Sarah's
have
not
been
getting it
her.
on.
I think it's perfect that it was
You think Sarah's
because
banging an
who
old
else?
kid?
Yeah,
Well, no, but Fatima, she was like it was like immaculate conception with her, wasn't it?
Well, she
no,
Because
was banging
Fatima's with the
Ellis.
boy. Yeah, she with
what?
Ellis.
Yeah,
Now,
I
Chrissy,
But
no, or
but
not Chrissy. Uh, uh, what's her name? The murderer, Sarah. Sarah would
yeah.
be
Sarah,
immaculate conception.
it probably could still happen that way anyway. I mean, like, I feel like it was going to happen either way. So yeah, why couldn't it have been Sarah or anyone else? I think
I think it's more for
I think it was
Boyd.
probably yeah, they want to mess with Boyd because this is going to mess up his family, and they wanted to kind of break him in his like attempt to find Oh yeah, I don't want to jump ahead and spoil things because you might have people watching the review that have not watched ahead yet.
I hate this. It's not safe to stop out here once it's dark. Tell them. I know they're not going to believe you, right? We know that.
Wouldn't it be safer to just go around in circles through the dark?
Sometimes gas. Because when that gas runs out and you ain't got no talisman,
Yeah, that's true. I would never have enough gas to go all the way around multiple times all night.
that's why you got to drive a half a tank, people. You never know when a tree might fall in your presence.
Right. I love Boyd in this scene.
My goodness. So Boyd is out here on this bus to get some surveillance of the monsters, coincidentally with Randall. And now the monsters aren't out for some
Because they're going after the ambulance.
and
I
I
think
mean you're
they're
right because
I think they're awfully bold for sitting in that bus with all the lights on so that they can see into the bus too. I feel like I would feel a lot safer if it was dark.
I think that they're probably, well, Randall anyway is accustomed to it.
it's easier
Boyd
to see when
probably
it's
too at
dark,
some point.
dim.
Yeah, you're right there though. Directorial
Because if you
choice
dim the
for
lights when you drive,
lighting.
yeah, that would help you see
That's
out.
true.
But you're right, Randall's used to like how much battery does that bus have?
I don't think we're supposed to
Yeah, I
think
know,
about
right?
the battery on the bus.
Fair.
It's like the electricity in the town.
What do you think lives out in these woods?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There are a lot of theories.
I mean, somebody that releases goats definitely lives out there.
I used to think it was Eloise, right? Because on
There are those
camera,
theories.
even though Victor talked about it, we've never seen the body.
All right, she's gonna turn up again. She's got to still be alive. They
I think
they
that is.
like a lot of people think that that's her, but if she was out there hiding, I don't know why she would be making that noise around the cabin at night, unless just to spook them away.
Mm. So yes, potentially, because most times when monsters come to the door, they try to speak to you. They don't just bump and leave. And
Right.
we've seen this with the RV. Of course, Jade would be in there ruining it.
He's my favorite still.
Is he? He's
Yeah.
not mine. He's up there though. He's up there, but Jade is insane.
I think
So
my favorite is probably Victor. Sarah's
My
growing on me
husband
too.
likes Victor.
I would be freaked. I would be freaked. Don't tell me no story, no tent.
When the monsters are outside, it's that.
He's got the roughest life though. He's been there from the beginning, his whole life almost.
Probably why he's a little weird.
Mm. Let me see.
Yeah, real cinema therapy there. She has a great channel too. She doesn't cover From though. It's not yet.
Real
Now she's
cinema.
covering Walking Dead. Yeah.
Oh, she she'll be a very interesting person for me to have in the next several weeks. That she doesn't. Does she watch from?
Yeah, she watches From.
Okay, I have a series coming on from versus them, The Walking Dead specifically.
Okay. That sounds
Yeah,
like a lot
so
of fun.
it is. It's very difficult, but I have to have the people vote in the end. But I definitely would like to get people who are in tune to both shows that can have an unbiased opinion about it. So it'll be very interesting because I can't use all the seasons and all the Walking Dead has a plethora of mythology currently because of how long they've been on. Um,
Yeah, I'm way behind in Walking Dead.
yeah, The Walking Dead has a lot plus spin-offs.
Are you gonna include the spinoffs?
No, only the first 3 seasons. So there's all different matchups too that I haven't even released to talk about because you have like people like Beth in the beginning,
Hmm.
and a Beth versus Sarah is a very interesting concept. If you go back to the beginning of with Beth, uh, and you talk about like what they meant to each other's show. Even when I do the layout, like when I do the locations of the show, like the location. Well, from we don't know where the location is, but we do know they have all day. They have no problems in the daylight. They can do this, they can do that, but they cannot leave. As for The Walking Dead, they get to leave. They can do anything, but they're under 24-hour danger. Uh,
Hmm.
but they can go anywhere. They can change geographic location. They just have to leave. They have access to cars. They have access to. So it's comparing those and getting those that in depth analysis, comparing 3 seasons to 3 seasons is is gonna be
Okay.
I
interesting.
think Sarah really compares to Eugene on that front because remember, he just did everything for his own gain at the very beginning, and then people started to hate on him, and then everybody loved him.
Well, there's a lot of interesting comparisons to be made because with Walking Dead, like the mythos is so long. You watch characters change. Like Daryl changes. Daryl was considered to be a racist, like his brother, into Rick's right hand man who saved Rick's life so many times we can't count. And he's committed a lot of killings for him. And that would be a good comparison to Sarah because Sarah becomes the right hand man who started off as the quiet girl that nobody could, and she becomes like Boyd's right hand. Like,
Yeah.
and speaking of Boyd, Boyd is off the bus, and Ethan's now out the house, and all hell is about to break
Yeah,
loose.
of course he is. Jim can never keep his kids in the house or under
But
supervision.
he would never get the box for it.
Ooh, ooh, and this is like this is great. I would never let her. You're not cuffing me. You're not cuffing me.
Or I'd be fighting so hard, but then they'd probably trank me.
Yeah, 1949 people. The people about to get off this ambulance because there's a body in the street. They have no idea. We have no idea. This is
That's not suspicious, right?
It's wild that they're smart enough to play like that to get these dudes off the ambulance.
yeah.
And so we did a breakdown of all the monsters, and the bob cut hair lady, she has the second most kills to Smiley, and we don't know who plays her. The actress is unknown. She's never taken credit for her role.
Now she's freaked out. And you know what's crazy? They went out into full monster mode. Yeah, get on the. I don't even know where to tell her to run to. And she is pissing on herself in fear.
I love the actress who plays Acosta, but oh man, that character. That character aggravates me so much.
And she really holds on to that cop uniform for way too long. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I hope she cleans it somehow.
Ladies and
She's
gentlemen, this
like
is
taking after Elgin.
things in this town that will hurt us. They're monsters, man. They're reuniting. And it feels so good.
I don't know how good that would actually feel.
I think they really want to get Ethan. Monsters. They really want to take him out.
Now boy don't have handcuff keys. Runner on the hill. He's so casual. Runner
Bride.
on the hill.
Oh, the bride monster is so creepy. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, you just shot this woman. Now whose fault is that?
Definitely the dumb cop. I don't like her.
Yeah, the cop like completely panicked. I mean, I think most people would under such circumstances, but it, it still pisses me off. I don't like how arrogant she is about it afterwards.
I don't think it's. I think it's the girl in the window's fault. Like we don't hear gunshots and go to windows.
Oh yeah, that too.
She looks like Becky to Roseanne from me, and I can't not see her as Becky from Roseanne.
Now that you say that, I don't think I'm going to be able to unsee it either.
Is there anyone else out there? This is a great question.
Right? She just abandoned everyone that was in the ambulance.
Come on, Randall. It's not the time to freak out. Starting to see them cicadas. Oh my gosh. And they know how the
I,
talismans work.
yep, I love this scene. The waitress has become my favorite out of the monsters.
I don't understand why he didn't just run to the ambulance and hang it up and worry about the handcuff keys later.
Her, I love her. She's played by Terry Smith Fraser, who is actually a healthcare worker as well as an actress.
Oh wow.
Kind of like Chloe, who plays the medic, the doctor.
What was the deal about them keeping Randall? They could kill him right now. They got him dead to rights. She could kill all of
Frank
them.
Boyd, so division.
Yeah. Has has the death happened yet?
Yeah, well, you mean Tien Chen? Yeah,
Yeah. So I think it's
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah, his brain is not like. I mean, it's crazy because they could have all went to the ambulance if they would have took their, but then they would have to stay on the ambulance all night.
That's better than getting ripped apart.
right?
If they'd have took the
Yeah, I
talisman
would have
from the
just
house
stayed.
and said, Julie, Ethan, come with me. Let's go to Doc. What do you think we should do? What do you see an ambulance pull up? You got a phone call earlier. Ethan tells you ambulance said there was going to be an ambulance. My mom was going to be on it.
Well, I wouldn't have sent Randall back for tools if he already had the talisman with him. Um, Maybe send him back for talisman. I don't know if he didn't have one, but I would just bunker down in that ambulance if I had a talisman in there.
You know, it's crazy.
Wait it out.
Randall did have the talisman on him. He never had to go to
Yeah.
the everyone in the ambulance and just hang it up.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
because it's
you
proven
might
to
want to
work
get in.
that way.
Yeah. So they should have just waited it out. I know it sucks. You have to spend the night in the ambulance, but whatever. I think part of it is they don't really like Randall.
Does anybody
They didn't,
except Julie?
so they didn't feel
Challenger.
very right. Yeah, Julie. I would say, oh, Munchaluncher joined in. Hey,
Yeah,
Munchaluncher.
Muncher Luncher. Hella funny comment. I mean, it's the truth though. Like the writers have no chill. The man did. He's like, "You're a piece of shit, boy." Look at the faces on these people.
Oh, and hi, Dora.
If you're just tapping in 2812, 2815. Oh my gosh.
You're watching along and commenting as we watch. So right now, Tabitha just got uncuffed.
Yes. Yeah, I'm charging your tablet, sweetie. Come here for a second. I'm not. I haven't started charging it. Oh, well, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm tripping.
Tilly with Elgin talking about signs that Elgin sees the kimono woman.
I don't like Elgin.
I'm with you.
He's
I
creepy.
love the actor, but yeah, the character. Oh man, I feel bad for him. Like I'm kind of like empathetic, but ugh,
Would you be following
him
this
in a.
weird thing?
That's really some white people shit to be doing, following the creepy thing.
I would not be following that thing. I'd be like, screw that.
Nope.
But then again, I'm from Planet X.
Do you think whatever spirit that is has a tie to the colony house? That's the first time he ever sees it, and it
No,
only appears so far in a couple places. Not gonna get too ahead of myself.
no, I don't. I don't. I think Colony House appeared whenever the last reset was,
I think
but I'm
that
not sure.
I think that she wants to appear like she's good though, and she's not.
Hmm. She does seem to like look more rejuvenated as like in each episode, like when they show her, she's looking like more and more real
I
and a
saw
little
a
less
bunch of
dead.
I saw a bunch of people say that she looks like Fatima.
Yeah, very much. I think they were doing that for foreshadowing and also to create some misdirection. Whenever they give a clue, they like to place it in a way that kind of like it can have multiple interpretations. This way, people are creating all kinds of theories and talking about it. And also, sometimes I think they want there to be multiple interpretations.
Yeah, I think they do that on purpose as well. Like that multiple interpretation thing is it just adds more mystique. It's like, oh, we get to talking, and then people say one thing, and then you're like, oh yeah, but did you ever think about this? And you're like, yeah,
Well, now I do.
right, exactly.
Hunter, Hunter Luncher says Elton is the type of dude to get possessed and say thank you.
I
Where'd he go?
don't know.
He got possessed, and then he said, "Thank you." He's probably gonna tap right back, and he probably accidentally pressed the leave, the remove on his own. There he is.
Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the back button.
I figured that. I was like, he got possessed, and then he said, "Thank you."
Well, I am possessed. You know, I'm just a poor human body been possessed by an alien.
Hell yeah.
Like the guy from
Imagine being
Resident
connected.
Alien.
I have not seen that actually.
It's hilarious.
Possibly. I found an old VHS tape and I put it into a VCR, and then yep, crazy shit happened, and now I'm possessed by this Dr. Kaiju character.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, just a word to the wise. If you find a VHS tape, you guys, don't play it.
Or do, because I might take over your planet. And it's because I found a VHS tape.
I'd be more concerned about dying in 7 days.
Yep.
Right.
That was great.
This is a cute scene right here with Kenny and Christy.
Tolerated. No, I mean, she really,
Jade.
she only frowned at people that she liked and then people that she cringed. I feel so bad for Kitty, man. His arc has been a crazy arc. With losing the parents,
Oh,
his potential girlfriend at the same time. Not losing her, but losing the thought of ever being with her.
He's so in love with her. It's so sad.
I'm still rooting for Kenny, man. I wish this
I think
time
it
in
did
the
drive him to get rid
this,
of the high waters.
yeah, he got to do that.
I think in the next season, somebody new will show up to town to be his love interest, and then she'll secretly be a villain.
Oh, I think they're setting up Acosta to be his love interest, if not
That
Really?
would be interesting.
already.
I don't like that.
I don't know. Costa is
Yeah,
someone that I think a lot of people don't like, and I think Kenny is someone that a lot of people love. So I think that dynamic would be very interesting. How would people feel about the relationship?
Or him and Sarah. That'd be another shocker.
Sarah is starting to win people over, and I'm not a fan of Sarah like that, you know. But I know
Yeah, but
this.
it's her fault. His dad's dead.
Yes. Oh
that's
man, look at
true.
this, man. He is just going through. This is what Victor had to endure, man.
That
Going
poor
through seeing the
kid.
bodies. We were at 35-15, y'all.
This is why this kid is so
Him
messed
walking
up.
up to corpses.
There's no way I would have done that as a child. I probably would have waited in that cellar till I died.
I don't know.
Him trying to recall this is pretty traumatic. Um, you can think about it. You know, he was a little boy. Yeah, we see an older Victor, but no one was there to like teach him, you know, math and social studies and like how to deal with people and social interaction and things of that nature that most kids as they grow up to their 18 years they get naturally taught to them, or they observe and they start to understand how the world works. Now he's throwing a temper tantrum, a hissy fit. He's in a conundrum.
He earned that temper tantrum.
I don't know, man. Victor sometimes makes me a little upset, but I get it because again, he doesn't have the same social skills as the others.
Victor and
Yeah,
Sarah act a lot like they are brother and sister.
they really need a
There are a lot of
therapist to drive
theories,
into town.
right? Not like the one from The Last of Us, though.
I haven't caught up on that yet.
Oh, okay. There's a therapist in that one. She's not very good at her job. It's not spoiling anything.
How did they do it in the back of the goddamn?
There are theories that that guy is not Victor's father. I think that he is Victor's father, but it makes me wonder and like look for signs that he might not be, just in case.
At this point, I still think he's his father. Now, when we get to the end of the season, I would question it.
If he's not his father, that just destroys that really touching scene that they have together.
Yeah, I don't. I never thought that, and I never. I need y'all to talk to me. What gave y'all these vibes? I didn't feel that way.
I didn't feel
Oh,
that
it didn't
way
give me that vibe.
until we got to the end and they visit the bottle tree again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes after that, I almost wonder if he's like in cahoots with the spirits of the town.
Or if he's the man in yellow.
Yeah, or that.
Although I feel like the man in yellow is separate.
Like,
Nikki ain't gonna make it, y'all.
I
Oh
think
shoot!
Oh
that
yeah, she's gone.
I think if
What time are
Tabitha
you guys
hadn't
at?
found uh
It seems to be in sync with your sound. 3908.9.
Okay,
12,
you get a little ahead of me. I hit the back button.
14.
Okay.
I paused for a second.
What's wrong with you, officer?
Yeah.
I feel like Boyd has lost his position to start telling people stuff like this because you have so many secrets and you didn't. You feel like when you get scared, you start shooting.
Mm,
Boyd is tone deaf. People are like Boyd has forgotten. People are died during broad day. Remember the guy whose wife she was sleeping when the cicadas first came.
Mm.
Boyd out here is I'm like, it's crazy. And here's Victor. It should be around 40, 50, 40, 51, something around that vicinity. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If Victor's father is a hoax, that will be crazy. You guys got me like thinking like that.
I don't think he is, but there were people I remember discussing in chats before that they thought that he might be.
No, I think he is. I think he's in cahoots with the town, and I think that Tabitha never would have ended up back there if she hadn't went seeking him out. I think like
That is a good
he
point.
got them back there so that she could get back in the town.
Hmm, interesting.
Oh no, you weren't supposed to leave. I got to bring you back.
Yeah, exactly.
Now look at this little filthy McNasty over here.
Is Daryl still around? Is that his name?
Dale? Dale.
Dale,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Dale is still around.
Oh, I
We
love
haven't gotten to
Dale.
him yet. We have not
So
gotten to him yet.
the actor who plays Dale is the husband of Liz Saunders, who
Yes,
plays
Donna.
Donna, and his
Huh.
name is crap. I actually can't remember his first name. Chip, maybe. No, I'm just like next to Dale. Oh my God, I'm so bad. Thing I love about Dale though is he's kind of like that asshole who just like says what he thinks, even though he's probably wrong, and he's gonna have his opinion, push it anyway, and be a jerk about it. But he's not completely dumb. Sometimes he's I think he might be right about things. Oh, and then oh
Yes.
no, don't do it, girl.
I want to know how we went from rotten food to this.
Oh, oh man, she's going like 2 fingers deep there.
Little kids always slam doors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like don't know how to close them, man. Got a charger tablet. That's crazy.
What do you think they use, like Jello and Kool-Aid to make that?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think they use
And she's
straight up
just
corn
eating that.
syrup? That would taste nasty.
I got to tell you something funny about the blood
Okay.
thing later. I don't want to spoil anything.
And what do you think this is about?
He still has a part to play for the monsters,
They were sending a message that they can do whatever the F they want.
and it causes more trouble for Boyd if he's alive and remembers, hey, you screwed me over, and lives to tell about it
Oh,
and make him feel guilty the whole time.
Yeah, he's going to make everybody hate him. Randall's going to make
Randall,
everybody hate Boyd.
I think it'll start with the well, Agent Costa. Yeah, Costa.
Acosta?
Acosta,
Acosta. Yeah,
Officer
I
Acosta,
was I,
yeah.
I was struggling. I was struggling. I was like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, because Boyd is losing ground with people. He's not the same sheriff we saw in. Like, think of it like this too. At one point, we saw Boyd sheriffing in the first few episodes, maybe episode one, maybe two, and they had 96 days without incident. That's over 3 months. And now it seems like you haven't gotten a single day without an incident. It's like back to back to back,
right?
and Donna's breaking down.
It started with Jim and Ethan. We should just get rid of them.
It did. It started when
Now
the Matthews family got into town.
Liz Saunders was on, I think, it was Twin Teflon stream, and she was talking about how she tried doing like figuring it out and working out the math, and she thinks that the Matthews family's only been there for a few weeks altogether.
They gotta stop stirring shit up.
Right. I think Victor was right. Ever since the two vehicles arrived at the same time, that's when shit hits the fan.
I think next week is the one where it gets really good, right?
Shoot, I got it really good right now. It's the next episode is the light of day, and that takes place um the light of day, and that's the what's gonna happen with Randall.
Mm.
So I think that's gonna be very interesting because Randall is now on the top of an ambulance. Um, he survived, but I don't know if he survived or they let him stay alive. Well, they let him stay alive because they could kill him and then easily. And
Yeah, they made sure they didn't kill him on purpose.
yeah, so this is where Randall screamed for what? Now, what would you guys have done? You got keys to get Tabitha out. You got a little toolbox bag, right? That Randall got for you.
Hmm.
Randall's surrounded by monsters, about 4 or 5 of them. You have you, Victor's dad, Jim, and Tabitha in the ambulance. What do you do? And you got the ambulance to start.
Try to run them down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's hard for me to picture because I don't think I ever would have gotten in that situation in the first place. My first thought would have been to lock myself in the ambulance with the thing hanging.
Me too.
I think the question that boy needs to learn is anyone have a talisman on? We need wherever we travel, we need a talisman because if we get to a point where we can find shelter or create shelter, we hang that up, we're in good. So we can't
Yeah,
be like, go back to the. You could have figured that out, like you said, in the morning. Wait there in
yeah.
the
Hmm.
ambulance.
Right?
Figure that out in the morning.
I think Jim just didn't want to listen to his wife complain about being handcuffed to that pole all night.
No lies detected.
Can't say anything either. I think you might be right. But that's but in fairness, Boyd didn't when Randall said he was gonna go back. He was like, I got a toolkit in the bus, right? Boyd didn't stop him. Boyd was like, hey, you got a talisman? Because that's the real thing. We need a talisman, or let's drive this ambulance right now.
Well, they wouldn't have been able
So
to drive it.
Well, they didn't know they didn't have the keys in there. That was the after, and then Boyd was like, "Where are the keys?" So,
Oh yeah.
so that would have been very interesting. I wish Boyd would have been. They got to have protocol. I feel like they don't have
yeah,
protocol, and that puts them in these bad positions where they don't know what
yeah,
the
I
hell
agree.
is happening.
Well, the colony house had protocol. Remember when the door
Mm,
window got open? They had a
Run
system and
around the hill.
so many got out.
They
okay,
know if
fair,
it's
fair,
if
fair.
the person's running, they're probably not a nightmare creature.
Yeah.
I think,
That's why they said run
man,
around the hill.
I think that's if so. Do you think all houses? Do you think Boyd needs to have a town meeting and say, "Look, this is the new protocol. We need to condense houses, right? And then with the new houses, you try to trap one of these things in there."
Mm. I don't know about that.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
don't
do that.
know. I thought about it. I think they talked about it on the show at one point too. But
I for sure would not
might be worth.
comply to condensing houses if it were me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to condense houses personally. But if other people wanted to go and do it and give it a shot, I would tell them to have at it. Go have a good time.
What
Yeah.
about the holes? So remember before the talisman, there was the holes. They used to dig holes, and then Boyd got there and said, "We need more holes dug so we can change it up and rotate." So they've had like I haven't seen anyone fall in a hole yet. That would be dope if someone was running and
Hmm.
fell in a hole and be like, "What the hell?" Yeah. But they could use
Yeah,
those
they don't really
same.
talk about that anymore.
They don't talk about it. It's like yeah, it's like. But I feel like you put this out in the show, they have a means to dig holes because though when Boyd spent the night there with his wife and Ellis, there was a lot of people in that hole.
Yeah.
That hole was well dug. There was like 6 people in each hole.
It almost seemed like they were doing better in the holes.
Yeah, but boy, when their hole gets found,
Everybody's done for. See, that's why I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to condense. I wouldn't trust anybody else to not do something stupid.
mm,
I'd lock me and my kids in in one of the basements of those houses all night long. I'd make it a bedroom down there.
yeah. I wouldn't want them to have to look out the window and see any of that.
That's what
oh,
blows my mind. I don't know why any of those people don't take advantage of having the basements. Why board up the windows when you've got a windowless basement down there?
I think people would be freaked to sleep in a basement because it's one way in, one
I
way out.
probably,
So if someone gets in, you
yeah,
are
it's
stuck
true.
down there.
I sleep in a basement. My bedroom's in our basement.
The monsters, if they can get through the doors easy if the talisman is down. So if something happens to that talisman, you're in the basement, you don't know what's going on upstairs, you're screwed. Kind of like what happened to Kenny's dad.
Yeah, hundred
I feel
percent.
like it does it have to be right by the exterior door, or could you hang it by your door in the basement and it do the same thing?
That's what people have been wondering. We had a discussion about that on Friday. We have no conclusion. We don't know.
So here's my 2 cents. You should be able to hang it by any door. Every time you see how a talisman gets hung, it's by a door. When Fatima did it to block in from. Remember, there was in the
Hmm.
colony house. She protected Ellis. They snuck in when all the monsters got in. She hung up by one door, and it sealed off that little room they were in, which had 2 doors, but by one door, and it sealed off that little room. When they were in the RV, they put it by the window, the windshield, which was broken, and they put like a tarp up because the windshield was punctured through. They were going out the windshield,
Hmm.
and they put a tarp up, and then they hung it, and that made it to where they couldn't come in. So if a tarp, which is clearly not strong enough to stop a monster, but if the talisman is in the presence of it, I think that is your conclusion. You're right. I can't say for certain, but anecdotal evidence will tell me hang it by a door or window, an entry point. Hang it by an
Hmm.
entry point
I have a
that you
feeling
can
though that
seal.
I have a feeling that there's a limited number of them, so Boyd probably only allows people to have one per household.
I
Yeah.
don't know why they don't try to make more. I guess I wouldn't want to be the one to attempt to see if a brand newly
That's
made
probably
one
why.
worked. I also wouldn't want to be the one to hang it in the basement instead of by the front door and see if that worked.
I think that's exactly why no one's attempted it. Like they only just found out that it would work in an RV and then in the
Yeah.
bus.
That's what they should have done to that one guy they put in the box in the very beginning, made him just
Yeah.
be a guinea pig for different ways. Stay safe.
It's awful, but yeah,
That's
if they were just going to do it anyway, then at least make it useful.
I think that's a crazy punishment. Like there should be different levels. Like the box with no nothing that's condemned to death. A bullet to the head, I think, should be a viable form of death if you accidentally kill someone and it is said that you must be put to death. because you act like let's say Acosta, right? They say, hey, she got to be killed for what she did. Okay, cool, but she didn't intentionally. She didn't. Sarah set out to kill one person, missed and killed a different person, but you still intended to kill one. You got to go in the box. You got to get torn apart. You got to get all this ripped up out of you. But going out for accident, 1 week's worth of accident, like experimental living situations, is crazy.
I mean, it's better than what they did to that guy. Putting him in the box was crazy. I still think that was his wife's fault for letting her daughter open the door in the first place. Why was she not keeping an eye on her? It was not that
Well,
dude's fault.
I think, I think it's a mixture of both. Because when she even got in that room, it'd be like, no, I would have ran right in there, boom. Because she was looking like that's not your grandma and all that, and I don't think that's appropriate. I think that is a thing where you just gotta tap in. Like you gotta be like, yo, run up, catch her. Nope, put the blinds back down. We're not gonna let you. You know, like she looked for a minute and was like,
Yeah.
and gave her feedback. Insane.
Right. Yeah, like I mean, the mother, she could have done a little bit more to prevent things from happening. She also could have boarded up the windows too. It wasn't just the father's responsibility.
Hmm.
She could have done it as well. So, but the father was the one left behind that Boyd could put blame on.
Yeah, that blew my mind because it don't really matter what my husband's doing if he's here doing what he's supposed to or not. My kids are going to be safe and taken care of and looked after regardless.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. I think the mother, I mean, but there was no one left behind. I ain't gonna lie, if I was the dad, I'd have made up a crazy lie. Like, my wife knew I was going to stay at the bar tonight. She said she was gonna board up the windows. I don't know why. Like, I'd have been, who you gonna ask? Who you gonna ask? I ain't going in that box. I am not going
Right?
in
No
that box.
kidding.
My wife told me she was
But I
sick
think
of
at
me.
that,
Tell me not to come home.
I think he was just too torn apart by grief at that point. I don't think Boyd
Nah,
should have
I'd have
let
been
him go
torn
in the
apart.
box.
Hey, my brain would have been kicking lies like a million miles a minute. That shit would have been Vinny. What up? I see you in the chat, good sir. Um, click. Um, a million miles a minute. I'd have been it'd have been so many. I'd have been talking fast. It'd been rapid fire. It'd have been all these words coming out of my mouth. I wouldn't even have the control. I'd have just been talking. Like it would have been so much stuff flowing out. Boy would have been like, I'm shut him up. Shut him up. And I'm like, you don't even understand, boy. Me and her weren't even going through it. She had just cheated on me with who? With the other dude that died the last time, 96 days ago, 97 days ago. Ask him. He's dead. Huh? You know? What
Yeah,
about the kid? The kid was never mine, boy.
yeah, all of that was wild to me. I still haven't got over that, especially since they haven't done it again to anybody else since.
No. Boy didn't want to put him in the box. Though remember, Frank put himself in the box.
Yeah.
Boyd
Frank put
built the box.
Boy built the box, and it was and he talked to Father Cotter about this. It was a deterrent for people to do the right thing. It was actually never his intent to use it. But you glorified it, you publicized it to where you put yourself in a position. You have to hold people accountable. And when Boy was gonna say he wasn't gonna do it, Frank came because they had a little town meeting at the little grave site, and Frank said he was gonna put himself in the box. He
Yeah,
thought about it. So Boyd, it's like a gift and a curse. You created a way of thinking that people accepted, and you didn't even accept it.
yeah. That's a wild
That's,
way to go out after you lose your family if you want to go out. I mean, I think anything would have been better than that.
yeah, put a bullet in my head. One round. One round. That's it. Boom. Unalive me that way. I should have probably said that because I know YouTube's probably gonna be like, "What'd you say?" But yeah, don't let me get torn apart by the monsters. What if they don't want to tear me apart, but they want to do weird stuff like take apart my Achilles tendon and jump rope with it?
Oh,
Right?
that would be
Because
awful.
that seems like the type of Seems like the type of thing they would do.
Yeah,
And out of
like
all the things that they could have messed up on Randall, why his face?
also he has to see it. It's psychological. Anything that
That's
happens to your face is
wild.
really psychological. You ever get a pimple like the day before an important event, like like picture day, or like you're about to start a new job and you got an interview. You're like, or you're going on a date. You think this could be the one. You like this individual. You like, oh yeah, oh no, like you know what I'm saying. The face is psychological, man. You get a pimple on your back, you don't even know about it. Someone be like,
That's
ew, let me bust that. Ew. That thing on your face, you see it. You be trying to reschedule. So they done scarred him. He can't talk. It's gonna hurt to talk because it's like oh, man, they got him good.
they really
Yeah.
did.
They got him good. So Light of Day is next week. Tabitha is back. You also just lost Nikki. Accidental shooting by police
He
officer
was
at Costa.
he was not very relevant though before now either. I don't really
Yeah, no.
remember her doing anything else except
She was the
She
dying.
red
was the
shirt.
girl that got the vegetables and went into the house.
Was not very
She was
memorable of her.
She gave
vegetable
Autumn a
collector.
hard time about taking too long in the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
Oh
she was also that
yeah.
girl.
So she was kind of grumpy.
Yeah, a little bit.
We lost a short urinator. All right, because obviously she was in and out. Boom. But I do think the impact of losing a person because you see how Donna is like falling apart. Donna, remember they had 96 days. Boyd had brought stability and consistency to Fromville. Remember, they were in holes. He brought them a lifestyle actually because they were able to go and renovate the houses. In one of these episodes, you see them go back and they thought about the diner and getting it up and running so they could have food and a gathering place. Like Boyd changed a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he
now
made
it's
a
in
lot of improvements.
yeah, it's a lifestyle. Donna's like, man, why won't they just leave us alone? Donna tripping. Donna would rather stay there, but the way it was, than try to find a method of escaping because it seems the methods of escaping are making things worse. The win
Also, too,
the
I wonder if we'll get into her backstory in season 4 and find
right.
out that she just doesn't have anything to go back to, and that's why she's content with just hanging the talismans and being stuck there.
I was just thinking that too. I agree.
well, they did go and they visually we haven't seen it, but she talked about it. And Donna has been there for like 6 years. Hold on, let me tell you. I can give you a date and we can time lapse it because Donna was there before Boyd and whatnot, right?
Hmm.
And one of the things me and Dora were trying to put together time, but Kira, Boyd's number one protector, aka the runner of the Frumley page, go check that out on Twitter, X if you nasty. They have these like missing posters, right? Now
Oh,
Donna was
yep.
there pre Boyd. Her last seen date. Note this, right? This is like official documents. Was August 3rd, 2018. Huge date. Remember it. I hear you calling me. Give me a second. What it um and then we'll go down to Christy Miller. Chrissy, she came, right? She's been missing since August 6th, 2021. That's a 3-year
And the
gap.
first season starts when?
These season 3 is like last year. Season 2 has to be the year before that, which is like 20. So season 3 started in 24, right? It came
Right,
on in
but
Yeah.
September.
I
It
think
came on
it's
in
only supposed to
September.
have been like a few weeks have passed since like between like the first episode of season one and the last episode of season three. It's only been like anywhere from like a few weeks to
It
six
can't.
months at most.
So here's a timetable. When Marielle gets there, her and Chrissy get in an argument, and she said, "You've been gone for 6 months." Right? So that date
Yep.
is when Chrissy gets there. We don't see when Chrissy is there when the show starts.
Mm-hmm.
So then the Matthews family, yeah, they've only been there a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, because Chrissy gets there before the show starts. So let's just say she got there the day before the show
Yep.
started. All right. Let's just or the day the show started.
Well, she already has a thing going on
Marielle
with
shows
Kenny
up.
though, so she's been there for a little bit.
Well, think about this. Marielle shows up on season 2, very last episode. We don't see her, but the bus arrives. So between season 1, episode 1, and season 2, no, the bus arrives. What, season 1, episode 10, and it's the first episode of season 2.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I had that a little off. So season 1 is at least a 6-month gap. At least if Marielle showed up,
Since Chrissy is gone, yes, since Chrissy
it's
disappeared.
Chrissy, because she said you've been gone for 6 months, and Chrissy was originally there when the show starts.
Huh.
So yeah, that's very interesting. Um, so season 1 has to be around, like you said, it could be a shorter period because we don't know how long Chrissy was there before show episode 1 starts, and Boyd was there. Boyd was that 17. Okay, sweetie. Boyd was there when they were still in ditches. Kenny comes there after. I'm assuming Kenny comes there during the time where they're in houses.
Mm,
During
I
that
think so.
96-day time frame of no incident.
During that, yeah, I think that is when he gets there. I think, um,
And then his
because
dad is the first incident.
when they're building the diner and Boyd comes back with a talisman, there's no sign of okay. It's my daughter. She wants her tablet. This summer. Uh, there's no sign of T-Chin, her husband, or Kenny. So it's fair to
Yeah.
say, when that stuff starts, boy, was Kenny and them were not there. So it's hard to put a time lapse, but just know Donna's got 3 years there at least.
Mm.
At
Yeah.
least. Donna's seen a lot.
And she heard her sister get torn apart all night long.
And seen it. Yeah, she said they toyed with her.
That's
Oh,
wild.
he said they skinned her a lot. Like they knew what she was doing because they were hunting. And they skinned her. Oh my gosh. And Donna had to watch and see it as she ran and fled to the bushes.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know what that would be like. I don't have any siblings,
And man,
but I
I
can
can't even
imagine
watch
it would be
anybody.
awful.
I have
My
3 of
mama
them.
raised me to be like, if someone getting their ass whooped, you got to go home looking just like them. Meaning, y'all, you don't let that person get you. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be
Hmm.
one they got to take. I'm not going to getting skinned. Listen, you up here with this? You with this? We cool. You start doing this? You start iron miking people? I'm out.
Yeah,
You biting off lobes and tearing off skin chunks?
I don't want no part of that.
None of it. I'm sorry. Like, remember that happened in Miami? That man, that naked dude, ate the homeless dude. He's eating his face.
Oh,
And
that's right.
yeah, back in like 2012, 2013. The homeless,
Bath
they say he was on
salts.
bath salts. Yeah, yeah. The naked dude, he's a black dude. I felt like they released him out of somewhere. Because
That
where did
must
this
have been
random guy
before.
come from?
That must have been before I got old enough to start paying attention to stuff in the news because
Yo,
I would have been like
Google,
15 in 2012.
Google bath salt man in Miami.
I'm not
He
surprised
was
it was in
eating a
Florida.
homeless man's face. And the police showed up because a guy on a bike seen it first. What up, Dieter the GOAT? Salute. What up, Kelly?
Gator.
Salute. See y'all in the chat.
Hey, Kelly.
Um, Doc Kaiju is a
In
very
my
popular
city,
person. Uh,
in my city, it's the
when
white people
people,
that do all the crazy shit.
I feel like there's levels of things for different demographics that are just associated due to the sheer numbers of amounts of things that happen. That's just it. I'll leave it there. But that day in Miami, he ain't meet none of the demographics like norms. It just, you know what I'm
That
saying?
don't surprise me. I mean, it's Florida. Everybody's crazy
He-
here too, though.
Nah, that was another level of crazy. Like he was eating another man's face, butt naked, no socks, bro. I ain't trying to get too graphic, but I'll say
That's
this:
wild.
there's not a lot of things like if you've ever heard the name. I'm not going to go too far into it, but like even Mr. Marcus would have on Tim's and a hat. You know what I mean? Before the things he would eat. So for a guy to be in his complete birthday suit and
Well, I mean, you don't want to
yo,
get the
shout out
blood
to
all over your clothing.
I apparently not.
It
And
stains.
then shout out to the bike dude that called the police because he knew I'm not getting he's eating a man's face. Like eating it. The police show up, they obviously tell him to stop. He's not listening. They shoot him. You know what he did? He growled. Hell no. Then that's when they unloaded on him. I'm good.
I'm
I'm
out.
not
So
getting
what
involved
you're
with none of
saying
Right?
that
I
is
want
shit.
nothing to do with that.
this show was based off that dude down in Miami, inspired by a crazy dude in Miami.
Well, the crazy dude in Miami ate the people. We don't
He
know.
was
It
eating.
doesn't look like the slow walkers eat people. They might.
I'm always gonna. I'm with you, Doc. I'm a
Oh,
very.
we
Man,
had a discuss we had a debate as to whether or not. So a lot of the female slow walkers, they have purses or handbags, and so something just happened with my volume. Oh shoot. Hold up.
we hear you fine, brother. Yo,
No,
the
no, it was
silhouette of
my
you is
other earpiece
crazy.
messed up.
You should do like whenever you drop knowledge, like whenever you do like there's a crazy convo, you should go back to the silhouette, and it's like this is a different ambiance. Like I don't know.
What
Maybe
like?
I'm Emily.
Yeah,
Correct
I
me if
felt
I'm
like
wrong.
you were about to tell us something real serious.
Yeah, it's like crazy. It's, it's crazy.
what do, what do the nightmare creatures keep in their
Yeah,
handbags?
it would
Are they
work, brother.
filling
When
them
we
with
we get you back on,
organs?
we need that energy from you, like Doc Kaiju's the doc's prescription. Doc, what do you prescribe for this? And you get your 5 minutes to like talk, but you got to have the silhouette like that. Like that's insane. But what were
I
they?
was
You
just
said
trying
the
to read
woman
from
had
my phone.
purses.
Yeah,
You think they
so
put
the
body
female
parts in the
monsters tend to have.
purses?
Yeah, we were debating as to whether or not if they could fit all the organs that they're taking out of their victims in those purses. We decided that they're
I'm gonna
probably
say
not putting organs in the purses because purses are pristine, but the monsters also seem to glamour themselves to make them look like they look when they look like people and look all clean. So even if their bags were dripping blood, they could
yes,
probably just make it look like they weren't. So it's still inconclusive.
love you.
Yeah, but where wouldn't they be finding organs and stuff? Like, don't you think that would be mentioned if they were finding organs and stuff everywhere? But it's not mentioned at all. Like, where do they
I say
go?
this.
Are they feeding them to
Dora
the
always.
land?
I think they just rip
They
them
might
up.
be using them in
Like
a
when you rip a
ritual.
balloon open and you fill it with water. Like think about your liver or anything. You rip a balloon open and then it's just torn up parts, and we always see just parts and blood and spectacles and chunks of stuff. I think that's all the organs because when they did the autopsy on Smiley, he had nothing in his stomach. He had nothing. Like there was no and he had just killed two people on a bus, uh, specifically. So I always feel like he doesn't eat, and they don't eat anything. They just torment. They just
Yeah, they
torment.
haven't shown
They
any
just
evidence that they eat.
yeah.
I
There's
think
no
they're
evidence of eating.
taking them out for something ritualistic. We just don't know
Or
what ritual or why yet.
maybe the monsters are vegetarian.
Yeah.
Could be.
Um,
Also, we've seen the monsters
but
bite people. So remember the dude in the colony house who let them in the window? They
yeah,
bit
she
hmm
spat the
him.
tongue
They bit
out,
his
They
tongue
bit
out,
his tongue off.
and
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 they
she spit
spat
it
it.
out. Yeah. So they're not eating. There's evidence that they don't like the body parts more so than there is that they eat the body parts.
I think they're like letting the land soak them up, using it like in a ritual way.
Yeah, I think they might be
Mm,
using the organs in ritual or something, or yeah, maybe the land is soaking them up because it seems like the forest and like land itself is alive in a way. There's definitely something up with the trees in this place.
It's
We have
connected to
all
those
those,
creepy kids.
yep, we have all those pictures that were drawn by Miranda and Victor with like the creepy trees and the creepy tree claw coming out of the ground and the roots being all creepy. So I feel like all this creepiness is tied to the trees,
I'm with
and
you.
the trees are intertwined together via their root systems. And from roots, where we come from, the roots of things kind of ties together. Also, the foreign name for the show is Origins. So I tend to think from origins, roots, trees, creepy trees,
That's interesting. I didn't know that. The
The
foreign name for the
foreign
show is
name.
called Origins.
So
origins. Yeah.
so the word that so what they call the show in a different country translates in English to origins.
Yep.
Okay.
In most other countries, it's origins. If it's not called from, it's called origins.
Hmm, that's interesting.
That is interesting because it definitely plays a point. I cannot wait to get to episode 10 because there's so much I want to say and
I
just let the
know.
cat out the bag. But interesting. Any last save rounds or any other things that you think we might have missed or we need to relook at or keep in mind for consideration?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
We get answers. So if you're just watching this and you're like, oh, I don't have enough answers yet. Oh, it's turning out to be like Lost. No, it isn't. You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some in the last episode to give you a ton in season 3, episode 10. Just be patient, and we're gonna get a lot more next
Yeah.
season.
I cannot wait. Um, so definitely, we're gonna get ready to go and wrap it up. Just remember, because we are definitely running down. This was episode 4. Next week, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be season 3, episode 5. The Light of Day is what the episode is called. Now, once we get past this, uh, just talking about that stuff earlier about I can't remember the name because I took the comments off, but there will be a thing I do hear there will be some people coming in for it from versus The Walking Dead, and there's already some matchups. I've already shown some. We have the wives of the main character going head to head. Abby, Lori. That's just one. We want to talk about some of the badass women on the show. We'll have the Carol matchup versus Donna. And the
We're
and the,
doing
the progression of the characters uh and such. And eventually, even if we did the sons of the show, right? The sons of the main character, you got Carl and Ellis. That's definitely a matchup that had a lot of fun digging up information and going back and looking at little parallels and ways there's total opposites. Very many, many, many more matchups, but the final one will always be this. It'll always head to this. It'll be Rick Grimes versus Boyd Stevens, sheriff versus sheriff. And that is going to be probably a two-parter because there's a lot to discuss in that one. No one's beating Carol. Kelly, I don't know. I'm gonna let the fans vote, but the evidence is. Remember, I'm only going as far as the From series is. So we're not only gonna look at Carol as season 1 to 3 and Donna because that's all we had with From because I can't look at the whole thing of Carol's in a spinoff, so she's got how many seasons of Walking Dead? They have 10.
It's
They had
it's
like 10,
11, I think.
11. Like they had a lot of material. And then when you go through that and you go through the spin-offs, so it would be an unfair advantage. So comparing them within that. And then probably next season after season 4, I'll do a different one. There's also be some different shows coming up and comparing them too. And then another thing is uh looking at the nature of the characters. and then getting that stuff in there. But there's definitely more to come with that. I can't wait to get past episode 10 because some of the info as I've been jotting down notes is like insane. And rewatching The Walking Dead and going, oh, insane. Oh, thank you, Dieter, man. Man, definitely, definitely, definitely. I asked to get before we get out of here though, Emily, Doc, it's been a pleasure to have you. Can you
Thank
tap
you.
in, let us know anything you got going on, any projects you're working on, or where we can find you social media wise and tap in with you.
Oh, sure.
I
I'm on YouTube. Oh, sorry. Go. You go first.
no, I have nothing. I was gonna say let him take the floor.
You would never say you have nothing, because guess what? I DM'd you. You got something. You got something. And this
You
is
got an
not your
animal
first
in the
time on the
background.
show. You'll be back.
Yeah.
It was great to meet you, Emily.
Yeah, you too.
For me, I have a YouTube channel where I post random things I make. Um, I recently put out a new song. Um,
Nice. You got music too.
I'm Doc Kaiju on YouTube, so DOCKAIJU. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on TwitX, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Um, and I'm also mainly though I spend a bulk of my time researching and preparing for From Academy Fridays on Julie B Deep Dives live stream on her YouTube channel. That's Friday nights. Well, I guess I call it nights, but it's like midnight or 12:30 a.m. on Saturday technically, um, to like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. depending on how late the stream runs. We can run really long, and each week we dive into a specific topic regarding From. So it's very spoiler
Nice.
heavy. So if you're not caught up, don't go and watch it. But it's an amazing community. Right now we're covering the monsters, the slow walkers. We just finished discussing everything that we actually know about them. First, we spent a whole session just talking about what we know about them. On Friday, this last time, we went through each and every slow walker individually and discussed them, who plays them if we know, and so on. We discussed a couple of theories, and so the upcoming Friday, we're going to be discussing possible influences on the creation of the slow walkers.
Make sure you DM me that, like the time and date, so I can also tweet it from my account as well. That's going to be
Okay,
interesting.
thank
I
you.
would love to be a part of that, whether just in watching, passing, and definitely want to see people tap in, especially the Frumley, um, the one of the best fan bases, period. So from
Oh
Academy,
yeah,
salute. You
it's
definitely
like
have my full.
it's like it's the perfect number of people too because we get a good number of people, but it's not
Mm,
too many where it's unwieldy and you can't keep track of the conversations and people can't get to know each other. It's like just the right number where people can get to know each other and actually become like legitimate friends. And we interact a lot in Discord and everything else too, and we connect in
nice.
ways off of YouTube. So
Okay.
and Julie is just and Dieter too. Dieter's her manager. Um, they're just
The
really
goat, is
great
that
at
Peter the
building.
goat?
Yep. He's Julie's
Awesome.
manager, unpaid and volunteer. He's awesome. And but they run like the Discord. They do watch parties all the time. And like we had a watch party last night for The Princess Bride and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Sometimes we'll watch horror movies. We finished watching most of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Um, and
This is her page right here, correct?
yep,
So let's go ahead and
that's
subscribe. Let's
her.
make sure we do that. That's the only
And
respectful thing, so I can tap in with you guys as well.
and
Awesome.
yeah, it's an amazing community, and the From community has just been phenomenal. Like I never expected to have like this opportunity to like be going on and live streaming and talking about things like this, and it's so much fun. And and thank you for having me on here too. I really appreciate this. This is my first appearance off of the Julie B Deep Dives live stream. basically. That wasn't
Awesome.
me like trying to like do a test stream or something.
Hey, it's been a pleasure having you. Emily is returning. We look to have her more often too, especially as season 3 comes to an end.
Oh
I
yeah.
definitely want to get more. And Dora, being it's Father's Day and she's got things going on with her family. She was not able to make it today, but she was definitely here in spirit. She was tapped in earlier. I don't know if people. I saw her was able to share the stream. Trust me, if she could, she would. She definitely gives a lot. But next week, I think we're all going to be in the vicinity. So I extend the invitation to you all. Um, of course she's here. Of
Okay.
course she's here. 'Cause that's my homie. Um, awesome, awesome, awesome. And yeah, it will be Sunday, 9 p.m. next week. I thought I was going to go live for the Sinners thing. I'm going to probably push that back. I really can't even say live this week. I have a lot going on in real life with the home stuff going on. You've seen little people coming in, but that's it's all good. It's all good. I really won't be free until after the 24th of June. That's where I know my schedule like frees up a lot. So, but I do want to do the Sinners thing. I have a whole 32 bracket tournament of movies of vampire movies, and we got to get to the bottom of it. Uh, we got to get to the bottom of it. So, yeah, I can't say when because again, I don't want to say something and then not be able to follow through. But it's coming very soon, probably by the end of June. And then Emily has expressed some interest. Doc, you're always invited. Come back,
Thank
Dora.
you.
Like, you know, and we have each other's DM, so we'll make sure to do that. And until next time, you all, like Sunday from season 3, episode 5. The Light of Day is the next episode, and we would love to tap in with you guys. Make sure to tap in with them. It's been a pleasure. Until next time,
I look forward to
we'll
it.
see you
Have a
then.
great night, everyone.
Bye.